So welcome to part 3 of Super Metroid. First of all, I want to apologize for any inconsistencies between the end of the last video and this video. I'm sure you can see I'm actually playing on a completely different emulator, and we'll get to that in a second. That's part of the reason that this video took so long to get put together. I have two reasons for the length of time I had to wait before I could record this video. Also, I'm doing a voiceover here, so I'm hoping I can mix the audio so it works well, but when I was testing, my microphone wasn't as loud as it used to be for some reason, so I'm literally holding the microphone right in front of my face so that I can get like as close to the microphone as I can. Anyway, so what happened was I went to load up to record this video. I went to load up my save, and my emulator just decided to stop working completely. Like it loaded the game and then immediately went to like 1 frame per second and like didn't work at all. Like it just froze. And it was doing it with every game that I loaded in the emulator, so I went and got a different emulator, and it works well enough. I actually prefer this emulator over the BizHawk that I was using. And so I went to play through to where I was, because obviously I lost all my save data. And I couldn't remember exactly what path I've been taking, so there might be some inconsistencies with items. And I would have gotten around to recording this earlier, but I was living in my grandmother's house at the time, and I've recently moved. I had to deal with moving, so that's what took me so long. Anyway, I hope to be able to finish this game. I'm going to try my very best not to leave you guys hanging for like the second time on Super Metroid. It's always Super Metroid, every time. Anyway, so I was gonna go and collect a bunch of items in Brimstar with power bombs and all that whatnot, but I decided it's been a while. I'm just gonna show a new area, and I figured I'd push on into the next area. I got enough health, I got enough ammo, I can handle the next area. So I decided to head to the next area instead. And neat little thing about the ship is if you use the ship as a save station, it fully restores all your energy, all your reserve tanks, and all of your ammo. So that's really nice. This wall here, you can easily just dash through with the speed booster, and I got this nice little shine spark trick here. That's really nice. It looks cool too. Just bam, every enemy in the room dead. I didn't even have to hit a single button input after I entered the room. So you go into this room. It is possible to shine spark through this room to skip having to get grapple. But I already have grapple, so I might as well just do it the easy way of grappling across the ceiling. And you get a missile tank. Oh, also, I feel like the beginning of this video is just me apologizing, but I also apologize for any background noises you may hear, because I'm living in a house now with the rest of my family, aside from my grandmother, and it can get pretty noisy sometimes. Anyway, there's another missile here. There's something interesting. Super Metroid, I believe, is the only Metroid game that I have 100%ed, and it's also the only one that I can consistently 100%. I always try to 100% Super Metroid when I'm playing it. I always find enjoyment in finding the upgrades, and you know, it's super satisfying to find all of them. And Super Metroid is the easiest one, in my opinion, to find all the upgrades. There's not any insane shine sparking tricks here or there that you just have to like shine spark across multiple platforms and hold a speed booster charge for an entire room. There's nothing like that in this game, and that makes it a lot easier. I just am not a big fan of those more advanced puzzles. I mean, I get them, and you know, when I did them the first time in some of the more later games, I did enjoy them, but not consistently. Anyway, so now we're entering the wrecked ship, and when I was first attempting to 100% Super Metroid, I actually missed 3 items. I got 97% of all the items. The 3 items were here in the wrecked ship. That first item was that one in the water. I didn't know it even existed. But, it does. You might want to grab that. And this boss here is Phantoon. He's the second major boss in the game. Don't hit him with super missiles. I mean, you can, if you want to. If you've got Charge Beam, it's not really particularly hard to kill him with super missiles. But if you hit him with a super missile, it'll enrage him. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know all the mechanics to this guy, but he has like different cycles he runs through, and some are fast, some are slow, and it's random. I'm pretty sure speedrunners hate this guy. When I first fought this guy, I actually had a very hard time. You saw there I was ready to hit him with a super missile by accident. But I had an extremely hard time because I couldn't avoid getting hit. I had probably about this many energy tanks, but it was like I kept dying over and over again. And I honestly, looking at it now, yeah, I got the super missile equipped up, like, I'm gonna hit him with a super missile. Nope. He's gone. But like, looking back at it now, his attacks don't really do that much damage, especially if you've already got the Vario suit equipped. And these fire things drop pickups, so it makes it very hard to die to Phantoon unless you're either like me and you don't know what you're doing, you're fighting him for the first time, or you're intentionally trying to die to him. And the fight just continues like this. You'll just wait for him to open his eyes, shoot missiles, wait for him to appear, shoot him with missiles. Rinse and repeat. When he goes invisible, you want to have missiles equipped, because the next time he pops up, you can hit him. And you want to hit him with like a solid normal missile, wait a second for him to start moving, and then start hitting him with missiles. If you spam missiles into him right away, it just makes him disappear. So you want to wait for him to start moving. And unless you got Charge Beam and you know about the pseudo screw attack, where you're spinning with a full charge, don't hit him with super missiles. And he's dead. It's just lovely. It's a very long death animation. Beating Phantoon turns the power on here in the wrecked ship, which allows you to access most of the wrecked ship's rooms. There are a few rooms that, unless you know things like wall jumps and all that and whatnot, you're not quite able to get through at this point. But we're gonna go that way later. We got some interesting movement I made for this episode. I decided to do some things a little unique, and I probably, thinking about it, probably shouldn't have. There's a super missile tank here. We're going to be getting a bunch of super missiles soon. The maximum super missile count when you've got all of the super missile tanks is 50, same with power bombs. So, we've already got like 40%, I think, of the super missiles. These guys can be killed with missiles, super missiles, and interestingly enough, grapple beam. I'm talking about the little floating guys. The little walking tin cans, I don't think they actually can be killed. Also, that guy is about to smack me. But The little floating guys can be killed. The walking tin cans, you can shoot them with weapons, basically anything, and it will slowly push them back. Also, my father is running the riding lawnmower right now, so it might not be the greatest time to record the audio. But here I am recording it. I'm smart. So, there's a few more items to find here. For some reason, it seems like if you're spin jumping next to a wall, you jump like extra high for some reason. Like, I was getting some insane height on some of these jumps, and I have no clue how or why. It looks like a ceiling here. It's fake. You shoot it out, and you just keep going. Now, this is an interesting room here in the wreck ship. A lot of people seem to think that you have to kill all the enemies in the room every single time you go through the room. That's actually not true if you play the game a certain way. The gray locked doors, I believe I mentioned this before, but the gray locked doors require you to kill all the enemies in the room for them to turn into the blinking doors. Once you open a blinking door, it will never turn gray again. But if you do not open a blinking door and the enemies come back, it'll turn gray again. So what you gotta do, you gotta kill all the enemies in the room and then run back and open all the doors, and the game will never force you to kill all the enemies in this room again. So, neat trick there. Another thing is the spikes in this area actually do quite a bit of damage. And that's with the 50% damage reduction that the Mario suit gives you. So it hurts a little bit here. You can see me pushing these walking tin can guys back to get a missile tank. Yeah, it's gonna get to a point where the missile tanks really don't feel like they're doing anything. Oh, I solved a complicated puzzle. I get a missile tank. Yay! I think that's actually my reaction to most of the collectible upgrades in the Prime series, because most of them are missile tanks, and it's like you go through a complicated puzzle and you get like 5 more missiles, and it's like, okay, thanks, but I didn't really need that. You see, there's proof you don't have to kill all the enemies in the room. But anyway, make our way over here. Now, here's another puzzle that I'm going to, I guess cheese would be the correct word. You're supposed to use those riding platforms to reach this particular item up here. Here I am trying to store a shine spark, and I store it on the wrong side. I'm getting frustrated. But, yeah, if you shine spark up here and you shoot the wall, there's a missile tank there. You're expected to take those riding platforms to reach it, but if you shine spark right next to that little floating island, you can grab the missile tank by holding left and the shoot button and reach the top. Anyway, now down here, you shoot a super missile at the ground here, and that opens up another path here. You gotta be careful here, because if you go the wrong way, you just drop down. You have to go back through the main area of the wreck ship to get back here, and we're not done with this section here, so you just leave the way you came in, and then you shoot here and drop down here. And we're heading into a cave. A bunch of enemies. This water is starting to get really annoying. This game has some really interesting water physics. But okay, this room looks oddly dangerous. Good thing they left grapple blocks on the ceiling, otherwise I'd have to take a bunch of damage. Ouch. Okay. If you morph ball into this guy's hands, he comes to life, doesn't try to kill you, but he will actually start carrying you back across the spikes to about here. And then he'll start going into the ground and reveal a hidden path. Now, it was about this point in recording that my sister walked into the room and was like, I need you to check to make sure I got all my schoolwork done. So I'm like trying to figure out what point I can end the recording that isn't 15 minutes. And I did eventually find a spot to end the recording. The longer I stay here, the more she's going to have. Anyway, you can use a power bomb to clear away that statue, and then shine spark up here to get a reserve tank. And that's the second reserve tank I've had on this playthrough, but I remembered towards the end of the recording that I actually did collect the reserve tank in Warfare during my original recording. At least I'm pretty sure I did. So in my original recording, I would have had 3 reserve tanks by this point. But anyway, here's the gravity seat, and this is probably one of the greatest upgrades in this game. It's purple. It provides a 75% damage reduction, if I remember correctly. And it allows you to walk through water like it's not even there. It also grants you immunity to the lava that's in Upper Norfair. It doesn't prevent you from taking damage from the magma in the Lower Norfair, but anyway, I was thinking, okay, the intended path is to keep going through the wrecked ship, but there's those items in Windstar, and I want to go get them. And there's an alternate path to the area that I want to go to next, which is Maria. And it's located in Windstar, so yeah, why not? Why not go to Windstar and get those items with the power bombs? So I started to head back. And yep. We like took another stop at the ship just to top up. There's an item up here in the upper right hand side. And I tried to get it by doing an infinite bomb jump. But yeah, I'm going to leave you to see exactly how successful that was. Yeah. Not now. The background really throws me off when I try that. I tried to shine spark through the door and just completely failed. But yeah, the background really throws me off when I try to bomb jump there, so I just decided to come back here later when I've got, you know, some other upgrades that'll help that'll help make getting up there easier. We're going back through this room here. Heading back to Windstar. And these enemies, they're no longer a threat at all. Had to kill them with missiles on the first run through here, but on this run, no such need. They just die. Now I will remind you, this is not my normal path through the game. So I had to stop myself from attempting to mothball through that door out of just habit. I don't remember if I did the Etikun trap in the original recording. If I didn't, I'll probably, I don't know, maybe in the next part I'll show it all up so you can see it. But, there's a nice little trap down there. You get an energy tank, a super missile tank, and a power bomb tank. I wanted to shine spark sideways there and failed. It's shockingly hard to shine spark sideways. Power bomb here, real hidden room here. These guys actually hurt quite a bit if you're not wearing a gravity suit and you're coming through here with Mario suit and like 3 tanks or whatever. So you gotta be careful. Another power bomb tank. That floor has to be shot out with a super missile, just for your information. Power bomb here underneath the charge beam room, revealing a whole other set of rooms. This game does that a lot, where you power bomb a spot and then you find that this room that I thought I had fully explored has more secrets in it. Out of habit, I jumped up here because I usually come in here without gravity suit. Gravity suit makes getting inside them way easier because you can speed boost underwater with a gravity suit, and you can't otherwise. Otherwise, you have to store shine spark on that platform and do that to get to the wall. And I was surprised I was able to pull that off because, again, sideways shine sparking is hard. It's even harder if you don't have gravity suit and you're in water. It's like the momentum that you get in water is like different, and it just throws the entire thing off. You're liable to either not unleash a shine spark at all and just spin jump, or you'll shine spark directly upward instantly without any buffer time on the inputs. Anyway, you get another energy tank there. So we're up to 7 energy tanks and 2 reserve tanks for a total of 999 energy. That matches. So we got these guys here. Again, the big ones will hurt. I tried while jumping up here and I just made myself look stupid. What am I doing? There we go. There we go. That's much easier. That's much better. Okay, cool. It's another energy tank here. So we're now up to 8 energy tanks. There's 14 energy tanks in the game. You can hold 14, so finally you can use all the energy tanks that the game gives you. So, and I didn't open the door when I killed the enemies, so it turned back to a gray door. So anyway, I'm going to show you the alternate path here to Meridia. So you want to head this way. Just follow the path. Yeah, I'm running out of things to say here because we've been through here now. Nice shine spark though. Anyway, so you get to the red tower area and you head down like you're going down to Norfair. Yeah, these things are so nice. That voice crack though. Ooh. So you come into this next room here, and you lay a power bomb, and it just shatters the entire pipe. And down here's a nice little save room that I'm going to definitely use this time. And I will see you in part 4. Bye.